Hello and welcome. Would you rather have $100 million home or $2 million homes in all 50 states? We're going with the latter. Today, we're looking at $2 million homes in Illinois. Illinois has a lot of big kind of mansion, generic style homes, and we're going to have a whole nother video on what we call supersize homes that have 10,000 square feet or more. But these are just kind of different homes and different sections and different styles. So that's what we're doing today. Here we go. The first one is in Geneva, Illinois, which is just due west of Chicago. And this house, if you want to party like it's 1899, this is the house for you. I just like the old rock style of the walls, and it was very interesting. It had like 1.7 acres, and it was only 2 blocks away from a metro stop, so you could go into Chicago pretty easily. It had the only thing about it compared to modern day homes is it was a little bit compartmentalized. It did have wonderful porches, and that was great. They made everything. They did give it kind of the treatment and painted everything white on the interior, but you can still see some of the old architecture on the inside too, and they it's been updated, so that's not a problem. And it was very nice, and it's pretty bad calling a $2 million home nice, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So actually, probably it had some funky, like on the upstairs, some of the the walls leaning in was a bit funky, but I really liked that overall. So yeah, they had walking trails nearby, so that was also very cool. Next up, we had this one, which was your modern home on a golf course. It kind of, even though it was modern, it kind of had a 70s feel to me. It was, though, down in Champaign, Illinois, home of the University of Illinois. Um, and so, if you like the college style, smaller town, then that would be fine. I don't know what's going on with the yard in the Google picture over here, but it just had a modern aesthetic, square lines around the house. Um, like it is very clean, very natural. Let's look at this aquarium. There's not. I thought there'd be more aquariums in $2 million homes. I thought that'd be kind of a fancy feature they added to it. Um, so it's kind of modern and has a little bit of the retro kitschy style to it. And then they have like a glass enclosed outside area. So I really liked it. It was and life on a golf course is nice. It didn't have a pool or anything, but it was just a very good choice of what you could get for $2 million in Illinois. The outside is nice and pleasant. You can watch people golf and hope they don't hit your glass enclosed area. So there you go. Moving on. This one, if I was gonna put them in, I should have put the last two above this one. This one was a Frank Lloyd Wright designed home on 30 acres. And you think, oh, cool. The property is a little funky going into it, and it's just this house on the inside looks fine, and it has some neat designs to it, and you definitely see the Frank Lloyd Wright influence to everything. But and all this area is fine, and I like the windows. There's lots of light in here, and a little entertainment area. It's just excuse me. The home ultimately needs some TLC. Like this was kind of a swimming area, but it kind of looks from the inside and the outside like it's falling apart. That they don't have any of the water going. There's just some neglect on the outside, and they kind of try to cover that up. Some of the pictures that it looks like the whole place needs a new roof, or parts of it do, and the outside pool looks like in disrepair. Like this was that picture to the right of that kind of pool area. It just looks like it's a little beat up. So Not sure what you would get. It does have an indoor shooting range, so if you need an indoor shooting range, and it has a tennis court, which looks like it hasn't been taken care of. So it's just for right at $2 million. It just seems high for all the TLC you need to add back to it. And this one is way kind of north of Chicago, so we're approaching the getting up there close to the Wisconsin border, which some people might like. And we're gonna jump forward. Okay, so this house was in Chicago and not too far away from Wrigley. You could conceivably walk there. It'd be a long haul, but for city life, it's just kind of in this little area of not much super close. It's like you got some over here and you got some over here, but it's not that, city life where you just walk, a block to stuff. So there's not even like a subway or a metro close. I mean, there's some bus stations, but that kind of knocked it down. But what is very nice about it is it has a huge open area in the front with a high vaulted ceilings, like right here. So it had so for being in a city, you don't feel quite so cramped up, and that's very nice. But what's really spectacular about this property is the rooftop area, because it had a place had a hot tub on roof and a fireplace and a little grill and a little sink and a little fridge, so you could just definitely have your rooftop entertainment up here. Not too many neighbors looking at your business. So I think definitely for the party aspect, it was pretty nice. The inside was kind of nothing too spectacular. It's hard to see what it'd be like because they didn't have a lot of furniture in it. And it had this other little area too, which was a nice little getaway as well. So just, if you're in the city, this could be your little escape. Probably be a little bad if there's a foot of Chicago snow, but hey, you deal with it. Next up, this one is kind of mixing it up, is in southern Illinois. So if you want to be close to Carbondale, which is Southern Illinois University, go Salukis, and Evansville, University of Southern Indiana, go Eagles, you can be down there. So it had about, I think, 127 acres. So just a big lodge getaway experience. You have this lake for fishing and probably canoeing and paddling, and it's all like made from cedar that they brought down from Canada. This is your log cabin experience. It's just so different going from this to a modern HGTV, but one thing that definitely got me was the indoor pool, indoor hot tub, so in the middle of winter, you can just have a good time. This would be a nice family retreat. I didn't put it higher because I think there's other log cabins if you're getting homes all over the country that did it a little nicer, but this is definitely outstanding. So there you go. There's your Southern Illinois living. Moving on, we have, so this is another one in the city. So this one is very close to Wrigley. So it is up here, and it's like they said, like an 8-minute walk to Wrigley. And in addition to Wrigley, you have all these bars and all these shops and restaurants and everything that goes along with Wrigley, just really close. And then down this street, you got all this stuff. So this is more you're living in a big city and right around the corner from all these shops and restaurants and everything. So, and of course there's a metro which connects up to Wrigley, so you can get even further into town if you want, really quickly. So there's the metro. So the house itself was a very stylish interior. It had the wood accents were very nice, and it had some little elements like the faux arches going along the ceiling were kind of fun. They must have had to re-engineer that to kind of get rid of that arch, but kept the feel of it. They have this up here, which is, I guess, is interesting. I might have used that space for something else. I don't know if it's really good use of the space. It does have a little bit of a rooftop area, but it does have in like the basement area kind of its own little bar area. That was very nice. And on the roof. So this does have some rooftop experience, just as a normal grill, and it has its fireplace too, and a big seating area and a swing for the kids. So an important thing, it had a garage, which the other one did not explicitly say it, but I think it's kind of important just to know that you can pull your cars in. You're not having a street park, so it's kind of a big deal. This one was high on the entertainment value. This was built in '69, and it kind of shows. It just was. They use Zen-like features: earth, air, water, fire, timeless elegance, which it does have all that. It's definitely your entertainment house, and I'll show it later. But it has the best kind of entertainment setup. Preview of it right now is this cooking area is just massive. You have 2 grills and an egg and a fireplace, a sink, and underneath here you have all kinds of fridges and things. So that alone is a great setup, and they have something else. The interior is a little different. It's got this rock going on, and they have this kind of shag-looking carpet, almost pink, purplish carpet going on. So it's a little bit an acquired taste, I think, is easily explained. And having this Zen waterfall going would either be pleasant or agonizing after a while. But the outside, they have a huge pool, a great entertaining area, and connected to the house right here is a little guest house. It has a bedroom in there, but it's also its own little entertaining area. So this is the guest house, and it's got a whole nother kitchen in it and a bar area, and it's got a wood-fired oven over here, and another cooking area and kitchen. So you could just have these massive parties here, and this would be a great time. But I could understand if you want like the styling. And again, here's another shot of that outdoor cooking area, which again, just excellent entertaining opportunities here. But it was a little bit, so it was out here in the suburbs. So you're not quite in the city. It takes about an hour and a half-ish to get to Wrigley from there. But moving on. So this one I really liked. I think it kind of suffers, and they've just cut it $50,000 because you look at it and you don't necessarily see $1.8 million, but it is in the city. It's right here, so it's very close to. You can there's a little walking area where you can get over to Lake Michigan and do all that, and it is really close to Wrigley Field. So they said it was like about a 23-minute walk. I mean, granted, if you own a $2 million home, you may not be walking to Wrigley, but it's close to. You got places to go grocery shopping. You have all kinds of restaurants all around here. You have the Metro. You have Wrigley. You have a golf course over here. You have a marina. So if you had a boat, you have a beach. It's a public beach, but hey, it's a beach, and lots of walking trails all along Lakeshore Drive. So I think this was a great location, and from in the city, I just like that combination the best of the nature and close to Wrigley and close to the Metro. It was really nice. It's a bit compartmentalized on the inside, but I did really like the kitchen, and it just had an eating area right here with a huge refrigerator freezer, and plenty of space, nice clean lines throughout the house. It had 5 bedrooms. There was another house that we kind of looked at that had 5,000 square feet, but only had 3 bedrooms. So that was a bit odd. It has this little wine area that's basically like this long closet that's just that can hold hundreds and hundreds of bottles, and it has a little work area, which I kind of liked. So you could do woodworking or other projects down here. It was very cool for me. Now, this is your backyard. That's the downside of living in a city. This is your backyard. So there you go. But overall, I really enjoyed that for living in the city. And the winner, which you'll see in the other video later, is one of our 10,000 square foot plus homes. This is on the outskirts, almost due west of Chicago. But there was lots nearby for suburb living. There was like a huge Oak Brook Center, a huge mall there, and all kinds of, like, I think there's a Target right around the corner, and golf courses and all that stuff. But I really like the look of this house. I like the porches. You drive up to it, it looks like, okay, I could get that. $2 million homes. They put a lot of just details even into the ceilings, or that they cut out holes, or added the molding. They added some more styles to just making everything white. Don't get me wrong, they added a lot of white, but they did mix it up. It is 5 bedrooms, 8 baths. You have a 3 seasons room in the back. But what was really cool was they have an indoor pool entertainment area. So any time of the year, you could just have your own little getaway here, and it had a little kitchen next to it, so you could cook and serve and be with everybody having a good time. So there you go. I think it had 1.6 acres. So you have your privacy attached to it as well. So, and rich people like to bathe in front of windows. So, and there was a downstairs there, on top of everything else. If you didn't have enough room, there's a downstairs bar, billiards, entertainment area. So it was just a very relaxing, fun, and you look around, you kind of see your neighbors a little bit, but not really. So it's a nice combination of city living and getaway space, and that was it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put links in the description to all the different houses, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful